Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. Hope everybody's feeling good. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a situation that is surrounding video games. Again, we have talked about this subject many times, and it just keeps happening. Before we get into it, though, I did want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, hi, my name is Christina. I do have a second channel, which is Casually Christina. We just do things way more casually over there. I also have a Patreon. My Patreon's for 18 and up, and over there we talk about more personal stuff. We go live over there. There's a $2 tier for all the true crime stuff that cannot go onto YouTube due to their terms and policies. That goes over on my Patreon under the $2 tier. Just make sure you read the full about section and what each tier offers before you join. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Like to Know It. And Like to Know It is a platform where you can find links to a lot of the things that I use and that I like and that y'all ask about. Everything from this necklace to makeup, clothing items, workout gear, this chair, cooking utensils, all kind of stuff I want to post over on my Like to Know It. I do, and all of those platforms are linked down in the description box if you would like to come and check me out. So before we get into the video, I want to let y'all know that everything in this video is alleged. I don't know any of these people. I pull all of my information from very public news sources that is already out there. Please go do your own research and form your own opinion. So, okay, do you remember back in the early 2000s when parents were so concerned about what impact video games would have on our youth? Well, in this day and age, video games have become a major source of entertainment, especially in the USA. But research is somewhat divided on the overall effects of video games, with some studies showing that they may even improve cognitive skills and spatial reasoning. And I want to pause that real quick because I know that there's a bunch of research, but I don't think there's been enough research because there's not been enough time with the way that video games are right now. And just to let y'all know, I'm not against video games. I played video games. My son plays games and video games sometimes. Like, I'm not a video games are the devil type of person. However, the element of the way that video games are nowadays, with most things being online via Wi-Fi, meaning if any of y'all's little ones play Fortnite, or if you play Fortnite, you know what I'm talking about. There's always something new. There's always a new skin that they absolutely have to have. There's always the levels are changing, so it keeps them so engaged, like a little carrot that they're always chasing, but they can never quite catch. So I wonder about all of this research, because the research is going to be done in 50 years from now, looking back at how our youth are growing up like this. However, some research shows that certain people could be at risk for addictive behaviors and mental health issues when it comes to playing video games. Hello? And some people are able to play video games in their free time and carry on a regular life. Like, it doesn't become all consuming, right? Like, some little ones y'all have will play video games for a little bit, throw that control down and go outside and ride their bike. Other ones come straight home and don't want to go to bed at nighttime and just video game, right? There's a difference in the way different brains are reacting to these video games. And even according to recent studies, it shows that some people are just not able to let it go. Video game addiction is said to affect up to 10% of the American population. I actually think it's probably way more than that, but that is what the new studies show. And according to current research, the majority of addicted gamers are adolescent and young adults within the age range of 18 to 34 years old, with the average age being around 24. Now, it is also said that 8.5% of youngins under the age of 18 all around the world may also be affected with this addiction. I think it's probably way more than that too, but that is what the studies show. They now say that video game addictions have been linked to many mental health problems. The current belief is that individuals who struggle with impulsivity, anxiety, loneliness, and hyperactivity may be more likely to develop this condition. So something to look out for, y'all. The most common mental health issues associated with video game addiction include depression, anxiety, OCD, ADHD, impulse control disorders, substance use disorders, and there are a few more. That all brings us to today's case. Today I want to talk about what Joseph Voit did to his parents when they asked him to stop spending so much time playing video games. 23-year-old Joseph Voit lived at home with his parents, 58-year-old Susan, and 63-year-old Marvin in Bartow, Florida, which is actually in Polk County. Joseph is reported to be Susan and Marvin's only child, and when I was digging on history with this family, I could not find a lot. So again, everything in this video is alleged, and everything that I'm pulling is from very public sources that is already out there. Again, you guys go do your own research, form your own opinions. But I did find a woman online who claimed to be Joseph's father, Marvin, who may have also went by Randy's sister. She described her brother as a very kind, quiet soul who never wanted any attention for himself. She said that he was all about his job, working, and providing for his family. She said he took really good care of Susan, his wife, and his son, Joseph, while working many hours at Bartow Memorial for over 30 years, and that he rarely thought of himself. She said that this kind, gentle, giving, and selfless serving man that was her brother had the most adorable chuckle, and he was always by his sister's side growing up. So that's the picture that we have painted of Joseph's father by allegedly Joseph's aunt, Joseph's father's sister. You know, a 63-year-old man, a quiet man, sounded like a very humble man, worked for 30 years at the memorial, and he just gave everything he had to his family, never asked for anything. A lot of us know men like that, right? I was reading that and I was like, we all know a man that's like that. Now, Joseph, Susan, and Marvin's only child, did not have a job at the time, and he had actually been getting into some trouble with the police. Back in October of 2023, Joseph was arrested for firing rounds in a residential neighborhood. Now, after being read his Miranda rights, Joseph told officers that he did fire these rounds on the south side of his parents' house near the air conditioning unit. 15 casings, actually, were found that were all different calibers. And when the police asked Joseph why he did that, he said he was just bored. Now, y'all can imagine this, okay? I mean, I'm just thinking I would want to wring somebody's neck. You mean to tell me you're sitting up in the house bored, a grown behind man, actually, not doing anything, no job or anything, while your 60-something-year-old father at that point is out working, and you're bored. So you're just going to go outside on the south side of the house by the air conditioner and start pow, pow, powing in the air. Yeah, that happened. Then back in May of 2024, officers responded to the family home at the request of Susan and Marvin. They told officers that Joseph had been acting like really erratic. And then on November 30th of 2024, officers arrested Joseph for battery. Someone called 911 to report that Joseph was walking around a vacant house in the neighborhood. So here's this vacant house. One of the neighbors sees somebody walking around and goes over there to see who the person is. The caller reported that when they asked Joseph what he was doing in there, that Joseph suddenly sprayed them with mace and took off. To me, it sounds like he was asking for trouble. Okay, like probably some mental health stuff going on there. We're going to talk about that there in a minute. But you know, you're walking around in a vacant house. It's either for sale or being redone or being built or something like that. And one of the neighbors comes over and is like, hey, buddy, what are you doing in here? And he has a can of mace on him and he just sprays the neighbor. Officers did end up locating Joseph and he was at home. And when they found him, they took him down to the police station and they booked him. Just 1 week later, though, something happened that he was not going to ever be able to get himself out of. At 11:20 p.m. on December 7th of 2024, Susan, Joseph's mother, called 911 to report that Joseph, her son, her only child, had actually shot both her and her husband multiple times. When the officers arrived at the home, this is when they found Joseph's father deceased in the driveway. Susan was found sitting on the couch with several wounds, one to the head, you guys. She was immediately transported to the hospital where she deemed to be in serious condition. And they did not think that she was going to survive, but by a miracle, she did. Officers did not find Joseph at the scene, and he had actually fled the home in the family car. Officers then contacted Marvin's next of kin, Doris, who appears to be related to him, and she told the officers that she had actually gifted the car to Joseph that he had took off in. She also said that she had no idea why Joseph would do this to his parents. Now, using the information provided by Doris, investigators were able to put Joseph's license plate in their license plate reader software. This is when they got a hit that showed Joseph was in Orlando, Florida, which is about an hour away from where he was at or living, and he was on International Drive. The investigators then sent this information to the Orlando Police Department, and 2 hours later, officers from the OPD spotted the car and pulled it over. Inside, there he was, Joseph. Now here's the body cam footage of them pulling him over.
Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Stop. Step straight back with your hands up in the air. Straight back. Straight back. Just walk straight back. Walk straight back. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Rob it up a little bit. Keep going. Keep going. You guys can grab me. Keep going. Keep going.
Anyone else in the car, dude? There's a question. No. Okay.
Here's different directions from me. Okay?
Then he was transported to the jail where he was questioned. When asked why he did what he did, officers say that Joseph told him that his father had been riding his butt about making something of himself and getting a job. He said that his father told him that he had been wasting too much time playing video games. His poor father. His poor father. I mean, y'all could be the most supportive video game playing parents in the world. Maybe even you play video games. But I think just about everybody has said that or had that conversation before. Like, get up and do your chore. You're playing too many video games or this or that or whatever. I mean, and again, this is a 63-year-old man who worked his whole life in taking care of his family while his son is in there like this all day long. And then his son tells the police he did this because his dad was riding his butt. Joseph was then extradited back to Polk County where he would be officially charged. And if you know anything about Polk County, Florida, you know who their sheriff is. Sheriff Grady Judd. This man has been in the police department for over 50 years. He lives and breathes this. And this is not the type of county that I would want to be getting arrested in. Just saying.
For this guy's grinning like he just ate lemons.
You can't make this stuff up.
Are you kidding me? Come on, girl. He intended to have a good fight, and we gave him a good fight.
I don't know if a guy thinks he's Smokey Bear, but all he is a jailbird. He's locked up.
This guy wants uniforms so much, we gave him one. An orange uniform.
Don't try that in small town. If you do, you'll get shot. You'll get shot a lot.
Now, when Joseph got back to Polk County, he ended up being charged with first degree, attempted, and into a building. In April of this year, 2025, before going to trial, Joseph ended up just taking a plea deal, and he agreed to plead guilty to second degree and first degree attempted in exchange for a 40-year prison sentence, which honestly, I'm thinking there's some very serious mental health stuff going on with this guy, because y'all know I live in Florida, and that is Polk County, and I don't see them offering him any deal. I mean, he admitted to it. He told he told the police officers that he did it because his dad was riding his butt. But I'm sure there was some sort of mental component there that made them offer this deal, and that's probably why he got it. The chief, Stephen Walker from the Bartow Police Department, told the media everything that he had heard about Susan and Marvin was that they were really good people.
Everything we've heard about this couple is they were really good people. And it's just sad, to see something like this happen.
And all I can think about is how, thankfully, Susan ended up surviving, but now she has to live with the fact that her own son not only ended his father's life, her husband, who she had been with all these years, but also did what he did to her. I mean, the survivor's guilt that I hope and pray that this woman is not going through. I just cannot imagine. Now, I was digging and digging and digging, trying to find any information about this. There just seems to be so many holes. And then also, when I found this picture here of his mugshot when he got arrested for macing that neighbor in that home, I mean, it looks like there's something mentally going on there. If it's not substances, and it may have been both. Who knows? He may have had mental issues and he may have had substances. Who knows what was going on in that house with a 23-year-old and a 63-year-old and a 58-year-old. Who knows? Who knows what all could have been going on in there? He could have been bullying his parents. He could have been on something. He could have just had mental issues. But I found this comment, and I'm going to read parts of it because I don't want to pop it up because there are some parts of it that I don't want to put on here just in case it's not accurate. But the person said that they knew Joseph personally and that he needs help, and that they said that they saw this coming, something like this, years ago, and that her son was friends with him and that she was friends with Joseph's mother at one point. She said she ended up cutting ties with the mother and not allowing her son to hang out with Joseph anymore, and that the battery incident as well as the mace incident all happened in the neighborhood. She lived in that neighborhood when this happened. And this person also said that she hoped that he got the mental help that he needed. So have y'all heard about this? Obviously, video games did not make this young man do what he did, and it doesn't make anybody do what they do. But I think it's important to talk about some of the risk factors or some of the studies that have come out about video games when we're relating it to some of these cases, because sometimes we can learn something. One does not necessarily affect the other, but in this case, this was a 23-year-old young man who's possibly mentally ill, and I do probably think that he was because he got this deal. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. And he was addicted to video games and whatever else, and this is how it tragically ended. How devastatingly sad. Let me know what y'all think down below. Other than that, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.